Are you a landscape contractor that's struggling to find time to design for your potential customers? You don't have the time during the day. You're too busy with everything else in your business. So you're staying up till 10, 11, midnight just to do a design for the next day. Well, let me tell you, so many other contractors in our industry are dealing with the same thing. Customers are expecting HD TV quality on their designs, full color renderings, 3D software. You've seen it all. Well, many contractors are leaving that to the professionals these days because they don't have the skills or the knowledge to be able to do that themselves. Today, I'm going to introduce you to one of the professional designers in our industry who has spent years amassing the knowledge and the skills to be able to produce real quality designs for you and your customers. Let's meet him. Thanks for joining me today, Mark.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's great to be here.
Awesome. Well, I just wanted you to be able to tell your story. And, I think there's so many landscapers out there that don't realize that there's designers like yourself that are able to help them out. And they feel like they have to do it all themselves and learn the software and find the time to do it. And I think that's one of the biggest needs in our industry in order to sell bigger projects, in order to do higher end jobs.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So I have a lot of experience in retail and wholesale, selling plants to the public, selling plants to landscapers, landscape contractors. And it's just been valuable insight in many regards, and being able to see what homeowners are looking for, what they're coming in and looking for in plant material as well as hardscape material, in addition to what the landscape contractors are looking for.
So you clearly know the materials. I mean, you spent years working with the materials. How did you get transitioned into the landscape installation and design world then?
Sure, it was never really planned. I didn't sit down one day and say, I want to install. It kind of stemmed from out of necessity. A lot of people would come in that are looking to have just a few plants installed. And so I kind of fell into it, which then coupled with putting together a design. It's much easier to sell a landscape installation when you can show the homeowner what you're actually installing and be able to have that conversation with them on the plant material, and then working at the garden center to be able to walk around and show them the material prior to installation.
Mm-hmm. That's great. So that's actually when I found you, as you had your side business. I knew you kind of through the industry and actually through a mutual friend, but I saw you and I said, I think he has the potential to really flourish as a designer at a high level in our industry. And so that's when I actually recruited you to come work for me for my design build company. And how was that experience transitioning from doing things yourself and from the nurseries to working for a large design build firm?
Sure, it was a great experience. It was something to get used to, obviously working on my own and making every decision pretty much on my own. I actually felt as if though I flourished being in more of a structured setting, having a company to back me and for me to be part of that company and to bring, what I have to that table and be able to couple it with some absolutely amazing install crews and some really talented, knowledgeable staff that we could just really kind of work together to create something awesome that our homeowners and clients really like.
That's great. Yeah, and I think that's what I saw in you. You had that knowledge of plant material, the hardscapes obviously too, and but more importantly, you were driven. I mean, you wanted to learn, and I saw in you the opportunity that I could impart some of my training, my background in landscape architecture and landscape design, and be able to invest into you and get you up to speed on really how to design some of these large outdoor living spaces. And I don't think it was more than a few months in that all of a sudden I saw, wow, this guy's pretty special. He's pretty talented, and you took off.
And I think it's something that a lot of landscapers, landscape contractors face right now, is that they have great potential. They know how to install, they know the material, but they don't necessarily have the structure to be able to really flourish and develop those skills. And coming in with you and the company, it was a matter of I learned a lot from you, and learned a lot of different things that I didn't know how to really gain that knowledge prior. You can go online, you can read all sorts of stuff, but until you're actually, in the field doing it hands-on, is really the best training possible.
Yeah, definitely. Now, we created LDR, Landscape Design Resource, which part of our goal is to help coach and train landscapers and be their design team, their design resource, prop them up for them to do what they're good at, which is sell jobs, install projects, get paid for those things, right? And I actually, in addition to working full-time for the design build firm, still, I'm every day getting you more and more involved in, hey, I need your help with LDR, Tell me about how that transition's been.
Oh, it's been awesome, because I truly believe that what LDR is providing to the landscape contractors is a far more streamlined and easier to follow approach than the approach that I took to be able to gain that information, that insight. But I think more importantly, I'm a landscape designer. I'm producing the designs for our crews to install. And now I have the opportunity to create these designs and help other landscape contractors to really maximize their potential on the installation side of things and help them sell and nail some of these bigger jobs.
So a lot of our viewers are going to know that so many residential projects are similar, right? A front yard in suburban America is going to be pretty similar to the last one. You're probably going to have a retaining wall, some planting. There's certainly a ton of variation in your outdoor living spaces in the backyard. Mm-hmm. But how do you draw inspiration in order to bring unique ideas to your designs?
So I draw inspiration from all sorts of places, from homes in the neighborhood, from Pinterest, Instagram, Google. I mean, there's no reason you can't look at what's already been done and take inspiration from that and certainly tweak it and manipulate it to fit the homeowner's needs to make it something special and unique to their home. There's absolutely no shame in copying things that work. If you know it works, don't try and fix it. Just improve on it.
Now, Mark, tell me about the process for custom design that you've employed at the landscape company, and how has that led to increased sales and operations efficiency?
Yeah, so the process in place with our company, with our landscape design build firm, we're meeting the customer. We're part detective, part artist. We were trying to gather that information, draw that information from the customer, which sometimes can be difficult if you don't ask the right questions. So part of that process is setting up and asking the right questions to be able to get the vision in their head out so that we could put it on paper and develop a cohesive design that meets their expectations, and if we're lucky, can exceed their expectations. And then the next step in that process is being able to bid that properly, to hand it to our construction crew and install it as it's drawn to a certain degree of accuracy, so that at the end of the day, the homeowner gets exactly what they're expecting and they're happy with it.
All right, I have one more question for you. What is the one piece of advice that you would give landscape contractors that are really struggling with working in design into their business?
Sure. Don't struggle with it anymore. There's a myriad of resources out there, like Landscape Design Resource, that is specifically built to help you with that. And I strongly encourage landscape contractors that are struggling with design to use that resource to its full potential. And I can guarantee it's going to help you drive more sales, put more projects into the ground, and ultimately you're going to have higher revenue and happier homeowners.
And stop trying to do it all yourself, right?
Well, yeah, there's no reason you have to. There's people out there like me that are willing to help you. That are happy to put a design together for you. You're a fully capable installer. Let us do the design for you.
That's right. Well, Mark, man, I really appreciate you taking the time today. And man, I'm just so passionate about seeing landscape contractors equipped to, whether they want to design themselves, teach them tips and tricks and training. But for those that don't, like we said, there's guys like you and me and many, many others, some that work for LDR, that, man, we're just passionate about seeing design elevated in our industry.
Yeah. I think this is a design-driven industry.
Absolutely.
Without it, I mean, I think that you're depriving yourself of a better installation and a better experience overall with your customer and the homeowner.
Yep, absolutely. Well, thanks again, man. I appreciate it. And
it was a pleasurable experience.
we don't often shake hands,
No.
but we should more.
We should.
This is great.
Do you want a hug?
Yes. All right. Thank you for joining me today and learning about Mark's story and how he's elevating the industry and helping landscape contractors just like yourself design and sell projects better. And if you're interested in learning more about Mark's specific design process, there's a link in the description. If you're interested in learning more about LDR and how we can help you boost sales by design, there's a link in the description. If you found this video useful, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can click the notification button to stay up to date on videos just like this. See you in the next video. What am I saying? What am I saying at the end? We'll see you next time. We'll see you then. We'll see ya. See ya.